And the phone was found in a friend's purse. So my question is, if the friend's purse was 10 miles away, the friend wasn't concerned about her purse. What did she have in her purse? Nothing. Was it just Brianna's phone in the purse? What about her wallet, her cards, her driver's license? None of that stuff was in the purse when it was found. This is the part I don't understand.
I know my daughter better than anyone. To the Austin police, I can deal with you being annoyed each time I called or tried to talk to you. But
Supposedly, there's a witness in our apartment building. I'm trying to get a hold of him that saw Brianna on the balcony and claiming that Brianna was, I guess, banging on the door or yelling at the door, screaming that she was locked out of the apartment. The Brianna Aguilera case. Me and my team started doing our own investigation. We found pretty much everybody who was involved that night. Not only that, there's also some strange connections going on with these people who are involved. Stay tuned and I'm going to tell you more. Welcome to Fugitive TV. I am your host, Ray Marcel, where we take a look at these cases from a different perspective. We take a look at it from a criminal's point of view, a fugitive's point of view, because guess what? I was once both of those people, a while ago, running from the law and a criminal myself. So because of that, I had to look at things in a different sight, different view, some views that other people can't see. So I'm going to help you guys out by looking at certain cases that way. All right. And I'm here to help motivate, inspire others by either helping you solve a case, bringing awareness to a case, whatever it may be. All right. So this is Fugitive TV. Please like, subscribe, and share. Right now, we're going to talk about Brianna Aguilera. I did make a video about her. So just to jog your memory, Brianna Aguilera, she's the student out of Texas. Now, Brianna is the young lady who was aspiring to be a lawyer. And they say that she jumped out of a 17-story building. The reason why is because around 12 something at night, she was found on the ground. Police came, and when the police came, detectives saw it. They pretty much scooped her up and then labeled it right then and there that she did it herself. That there was no other help involved. She did this herself. Now, right off the bat, the mom was like, no, 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 no. This can't be possible because my daughter does not have those type of thoughts. So somebody had to do this, or at least witness it. Now, the story is she was upstairs on the 17th floor, um, visiting that weekend because she came from out of town from the College Station area, which is, I believe, where she was going to school at. Okay. And she was up there at first, it was around 15 people up there with her. But then a lot of those people left and it ended up being four people together. So it was Brianna and then three other girls that were staying there. Now, supposedly one girl already lived there. We don't know. But when these three girls were there, supposedly Brianna used the girl's phone, and I'm going to get to the phone part and why she used why Brianna used her friend's phone. So supposedly Brianna used her friend's phone, and then gave the phone back, used it for 1 minute, and then 2 minutes later, a 911 call was made that she was outside on the ground. All right, 2 minutes. Now there's conflicting reports. One says the friends were asleep when it happened. You can't be asleep if they gave you the phone, and it happened within 2 minutes. Who falls asleep that fast and you don't hear nothing or whatever? Sirens, whatever is going on down there? I don't know. And then there's a witness that came forward and said, hey, I live across the hallway and I heard arguing, I heard fighting. My whole family heard it. Well, there's another witness who came on TikTok and was like, hey, I was walking by and I heard somebody scream, get the F off me. So you have two witnesses that said they heard something, right? Police came, and when they came, they didn't do a proper investigation. I don't care what you say. They did not do a proper investigation. First of all, they did not try and interview the witness who lives on the 17th floor across the way. That's one of the first people you should interview. They did not go upstairs. They did not go up there and do the proper things they're supposed to. They did not go up there, fingerprint for on a railing, her handprint, palm print. They did none of that stuff. They didn't interview anybody to the next day at 10 o'clock in the morning. Um, supposedly. Actually, I think it was even after 10 o'clock. I don't even remember. I just know they didn't even do it the right way. So if something did happen, it was foul play. These people have enough time to get their stories together, right? So that's just to jog your memory, just in case you don't remember of what happened with Brianna. Well, police did a press conference. They came out and backed down on what they said, that she did it to herself. During that press conference, they did have some loopholes in their story. Now, Brianna's family hired Tony Busby, who is one of the well-known attorneys in our country for suing celebrities, suing people. I think he has the most lawsuits on Diddy right now. Research it. I think he has the most. Well, he came out his press conference and exposed those loopholes and pretty much said what I said. Where was the why didn't you interview these witnesses? Why didn't you go upstairs and do a proper investigation? This is all we're asking for from the police department, okay? Before anybody jumps up on here and was like, she did it to herself. We're only asking, why did the police not do a proper investigation? I don't care what you say, who you defend. You cannot defend that they did not follow the proper investigation. That's one thing you can't defend, because they didn't do it the correct way. Now that we got that out the way, everybody was wondering who she was with this party. What was going on. Now, there's another conflicting report about her phone. Her phone was supposedly pinned to a creek. Her mom said her phone was pinned to a creek. She could not get a hold of her daughter. Nobody was answering the phone, and the phone was on Do Not Disturb. She started calling even the friends that she was with, and they weren't even answering her phone. So that's what makes it more problematic, is that the friends that she was calling were not answering the phone. All right. So, come to find out, my last video, I thought the phone was pinned to a different creek, which is Shoel Creek or something like that, which is pretty much down the street. The phone was actually pinned to Walnut Creek, which is almost 10 miles down the road. All right. The phone, they said, was found in a friend's purse. Okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. When the police did their press conference, I don't remember them saying the phone was found in a friend's purse. See, the whole phone thing, there's a lot of confliction with that. One person says this, another person says this. The mom says the phone was found in a friend's purse, and the friend's purse was at the creek, I guess. That's why Brianna was using her friend's phone. I don't know. I have no idea. My question to this is, if Brianna's phone was in a friend's purse, first of all, why is your phone in a friend's purse? But if her phone was in a friend's purse and she knows her phone is missing, that's why she used her friend's phone. Why didn't the friend wonder where her purse was at? Nobody's asking this question. Why did the friend not wonder where her purse is at? And if the friend did wonder where her purse is at, and she knew Brianna's phone is in her purse, why not go to Brianna and be like, hey, your phone's in my purse. Do you have any way to track your phone? Then I can find my purse. Nobody's thinking of that. Nobody's thinking of that. Why ain't nobody all these TikToks, all these social media, nobody's asking that question. Why? Why? Y'all tell me. But anyways, so as you see, this is how far the phone was pinged from. 16 minutes away. If you're driving, depending on route you take, it could be 20 minutes away. 9 miles or 10 miles, just depending on which route you take. Before, I thought it was just a mile down the road because there is a creek that's only a mile away from the apartments. But no, it was actually Walnut Creek, this one up here. And the phone was found in a friend's purse. So my question is, if the friend's purse was 10 miles away, the friend wasn't concerned about her purse. What did she have in her purse? Nothing. Was it just Brianna's phone in the purse? What about her wallet, her cards, her driver's license? None of that stuff was in the purse when it was found. This is the part I don't understand. This is the part they're not explaining. And once again, if the friend did not know where her purse is at, she wasn't concerned about her purse, Somebody make this make sense for me. So the friends that were involved, oh man, we got something for you. Now, I'm not going to reveal all the names or the whole names. I'm not going to do all that. But what I am going to tell you is this. Let me grab my phone real quick. Make sure I got this right. Okay. So we do have a person that was with her. Um, his name's Matt. Now you can go on social media and you can find these people with pictures and everything. Okay. You can find them. They're out there on TikTok. Everybody's posting and stuff. It's public. But there's a kid there or a friend there, a guy there named Matt. Matt actually has a record. And I looked it up. It's true. He was actually charged with hazing. If you guys don't know what hazing is when you're trying to join a fraternity and you got to do all these certain things to join. And a lot of times part of it is hazing. Hazing was big back in the day. I mean, hazing could have been anything. It could have been from barking like a dog to standing still with books on your head to getting hit on your behind with a paddle. It was a lot of stuff they did, right? Well, sometimes hazing got in a hand. Some people actually passed away from hazing. So hazing nowadays, they're trying to get rid of it. So he got charged with hazing and then also with an assault charge. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying because he got these charges, he did it because, hey, I got a background myself. I'm not saying he did it, but these people with her. Then you have another girl that was with her named Pam. I don't know much about Pam, but I do know her parents are friends with the police department. Okay. All right. So yeah, they're friends with the police department. Hey, a lot of people could be friends with cops, right? I got a couple friends who are cops. I mean, nothing wrong with that. But, I figure I bring that up. You got another kid named Javen. Now, Javen's dad and mom are both coaches at the university, which is the apartment building. That apartment building uses the same colors as the university because that apartment building is basically there for the students of that university. I'm not saying that he's responsible or anything like that. I'm just saying, what the parents do. I'm not saying that Pam was responsible. I'm just saying, hey, her family knows the police. I guess they're friends with the cops. One made a comment even on a post. That's all I'm saying. During one of the background checks, I did see that there's a name connected to Noel. A name connected to Noel. Now, you might ask who Noel is. Noel is the last name. So, this is Noel. Members of Austin Public Safety Commission approved a resolution on Monday calling for a full audit of the progress made on police training academy reforms. In November 2020, the city hired, um, sorry, it wasn't Noel, it was Kroll. My bad, it was Kroll. The city hired Kroll Associates to review and evaluate the Austin Police Department, ABD, on the extent to which discrimination, racism, and bigotry are present in the protocols. So pretty much they hired Kroll Associates to do an audit. Doing a background search, I'm not going to say who's connected to who, but I saw the last name of Kroll connected to one of y'all. We have here from KXON News. Corrupt Austin Police Department cannot be trusted. Austin Police Chief has been concealing the criminal acts of the city manager, Broadniks, and other criminal activities since being hired. Austin, Texas City Manager Broadniks was an Impet City worker at San Antonio, Texas, and was prompted by criminal co-conspirators inside San Antonio, Texas City Hall for helping cover up decades of fraud, theft involving $100 million. Follow the lies, follow the money. Austin, Texas City Manager Broadniks is at the center of an ongoing RICO, racketeer influence, and corruption organization. Criminal cover up involving $100 million. Judicial fraud, obstruction, 4 years of illegal meetings, violating Open Meeting Act. Okay? Then beneath that, you also have a letter, Chief of Police, July 26, 2024. Broadnex is not being honest with you. Before you accept the position of Austin's next police chief, you should do a little research on concerning his criminal past. So remember, this is about the police chief in that city. Was at the center of a criminal cover-up in San Antonio, Texas. I reported his criminal acts to the city officials as he moved from Tacoma, Washington to Dallas and now to Houston. Brownix is hiding a theft of $100 million under his watch at the city of San Antonio, Texas. He helped define the court, cook the books, help defraud municipal bondholders, and participate in years of illegal meetings when whistleblowers were banned to silence them. SAPD Chief William McManus helped Broadnex and other criminals on our public payroll when he destroyed evidence, ripped up police reports, banned whistleblowers with unconstitutional criminal trespass warnings, and swore everyone to secrecy. The law firm of Fegan Scott has filed a class action lawsuit naming the city of San Antonio, Texas. I provided them with proof of a fraud on the 57th District and federal courts committed to conceal 3 decades of theft. 3 decades of theft. And other crimes I have uncovered as the city's telecommunications manager. There is no statute of limitations concerning the fraud on the 57th District and federal courts because it's federal. No statute of limitations. The statute was told concerning the stolen 100 million due to the ongoing RICO criminal cover-up. So, this right here is from John E. Fodderell Sr., former telecommunications manager of the city of San Antonio, Texas. This is dated July 26, 2024. Okay? Basically saying that Broadnex was exposed in a cover up of $100 million plus other things that happened that's been going on for a long time. So, this was a letter that was sent to the police chief, who was Davis. At that time, it was the assistant police chief. And this is a letter about Broadnix, who is the city manager. And we're going to get into what the city manager does and exactly Broadnix's role. But this is just a letter to show that there's been cover up in the city for a while now over certain members and certain characters. Now, does this play a role into what happened to Brianna? I don't think so. Who knows? I don't know. But I figure I'll bring this to your attention since we're talking about the city anyway, right? So we might as well expose everything while we're at it. Let's go ahead and do this. So Austin City Manager is T.C. Brodniks, appointed in May 2024, who manages city operations, implement council policies, oversees a multi-billion-dollar budget, and tackles key issues like public safety and homelessness, bringing extensive municipal experience to the role. So sounds like he is pretty much responsible for almost everything that happens in the city.
Austin City Manager T.C. Brodnick says he wants to balance the budget while at the same time making it possible to increase funding for emergency response operations.
This is definitely an important day.
Austin City Council heard from Austin City Manager T.C. Brodnax and his team today about the proposed $6.3 billion operating budget for the 2025-26 fiscal year.
So you guys tell me, what do you think? First of all, even after all this, do you think that she did it herself? Or do you think that at least somebody was there and saw that she did it? Now, there is one thing that I didn't bring up. Supposedly, there's a witness in our apartment building. I'm trying to get a hold of him that saw Brianna on the balcony and claiming that Brianna was, I guess, banging on the door or yelling at the door, screaming that she was locked out of the apartment. So if there was somebody saw her banging on the door, screaming that she was locked out the apartment, did they push her out on the balcony and lock the door? Did they push her out on the balcony and lock the door? And then because she's gets banging and screaming, maybe like, oh no, let me and then maybe the girl got mad, opened the balcony door, and then they start fighting, and she fell over. This is the theory because of I could think of that easily of how that can happen. And then, of course, they moved out the apartment the next day and hired cleaners to clean the place up. So now they can't even do an investigation on that. Interesting. But you guys let me know. Let me know what you think about all this. And even if you do think she did this to herself, even if you do think it, please explain to me why they didn't do a thorough investigation like they should have done ASAP. Please like, subscribe, share, comment your city below. You know the routine. For anybody checking out my video now for the first time, welcome aboard. If you've been here for a while, thank you for continuing to watch me. This is Fugitive TV. We're out.